Lethargic Squeaky Chair, worst podcast on the internet, podcast.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I record this podcast on a music recording software program thing, I'm a jig. And every time you create a new file, it automatically has the metronome on. And I always forget to turn it off. So now I have this click, 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 going on in my head. Whew, and it's just driving me crazy. Hold on, gotta stop this and start over. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. All right. Let me unplug this. All right. We are back and better than ever with no metronome in my ear. This here is the Lethargic Squeaky Chair, worst podcast on the internet podcast. It's me, Hamzilla, and my water. Wolfman's here, and Voltron, and Felicity Shagwell, and the General Lee are all sitting here with Jason Voorhees heads. Gonna do a podcast. New addition to the podcast this week and further weeks is I've actually gone through the folder and gotten in order. So I've got everything set up in advance and I know right when I'm going to read and what episode I'm going to read it on. I should have done that 8 episodes ago, but I didn't. Because as you probably don't know, on this podcast, I found a folder in my room. It has lyrics and short stories I wrote when I was a youngster. Like 16 youngster. And they're all awful, so I read them so other people can enjoy the awfulness. So, I'm tired. Oh, I am really sleepy today. My eyes feel like the old 2 piss holes in the sand. And I'm talking elephant piss holes. So, anyway, I got the folder on order. So, should be no lollygagging. But, we do have another new addition today. My one listener, Rob Flack O'Hara, he made a request that I do a news section. What he doesn't understand is this ain't live. I am recording these podcasts all at once. And then for the following weeks, I'm I'm going to edit them and then release them once a week. Today is September 30th, 2015. But my number one fan has made a request. So I'm going to do a news break. We're going to start this episode with some news. And it's probably not going to go well, but we're going to do it. And I feel like the best place to go for breaking news is Facebook and look at the trending topics. They're always interesting. So here we are at Facebook. Okay. We need a sweeper for this, don't we? We got a sweeper for this? Hamzilla. Oh, we got a Hamzilla. We got a sweeper. Okay. Lethargic news. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Pop culture news. Pew 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 pew. What's going on in the world today? Let's find out on the trending topics. Oh no! Lethargic news is so stupid! So stupid! Breaking news from pop culture and other things, sports and movies. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, what should we start with? Entertainment news. Let's see what's going on in the world on September 30th, 2015. Top story in entertainment news is Motley Crue. Singer Vince Neil says he had no idea about rumored feud with Metallica. That's interesting. I like Motley Crue and Metallica. I don't know if I have anything to say about it, but it does make me sick because it's more just news, entertainment, media people being complete assholes. The story is, a few years ago, when Motley Crue got back together, they played Shout at the Devil 1997 version on the American Music Awards. I remember watching it and going, oh my God, they sound terrific. The reason they sounded terrific is because they was lip syncing. And it was just playing to a backing track. It was all a bunch of hooey. So Lars Ulrich, the drummer of Metallica, made fun of them about it. And it seemed like over the years, Motley Crue people have admitted to it being using a backing tape. But now all of a sudden, what is this? That was 97 at least, and this is 2015. So 18 years later, all of a sudden it's resurfaced. I believe Tommy Lee bashed Lars Ulrich. Oh, it was a good one. He made one of them Straight Outta Compton posters, but he put a picture of Lars on it, and it said Straight Outta Timon or something like that. It was pretty good. And, Straight Outta Time, that's what it said. So now Nikki Sixx has gotten back into it, and they're arguing. So Vince Neil was doing a radio interview, and the guy asked about it. And he talked a little bit about it, says he didn't really understand what was going on. Once again, he denied that he lip-synced, which was hysterical. If you've heard Vince Neil sing in the last 20 years, hysterical. Go look it up on YouTube. Look up Motley Crue and American Music Awards. Then look up the video of Vince Neil singing the national anthem. Sure, Vince, you weren't lip syncing. Whatevs. Anyway, the radio host asked him about it. He blah blah blabbed about it. Radio host asked him about it again. Vince Neil was all like, I didn't even know we had a feud with Metallica. Radio host asked him about it again, and again, and again. It's just the normal douchebag crap you get from these douchebags. Not wanting to talk about anything but the small little controversy that nobody cares about. So Vince Neil hangs up. And then the radio host sits there and berates Vince Neil. What did I do? He seemed like a jerk. He was the jerk? Maybe after a guy's answered a question 5 times, you should move on to a different topic. It's not like he refused to talk about it. If he asked about it once, and Vince Neil said, I don't want to talk about that stuff, then okay, he's being a jerk. But he answered it 20 times. And the guy wouldn't let it go. So, screw it. Vince Neil hangs up. Good for Vince. Good for big fat Vince and his ugly face and his horrible singing voice. Okay, story number 2. Judge Judy. 2010 clip resurfaces of a man losing a case in 26 seconds after incriminating himself on the show. Huh. That is some awesome news. A clip from Judge Judy from 2010. What do you want me to say? Here comes Honey Boo Boo. Star of the TL show releases her first music video for single Moving Up. I can only assume this song is about weight. Angie Dickinson, actress known for roles in Ocean's 11 and Rio Bravo, turns 84 on September 30th. I'd still stick it in there. Katy Perry, fan kisses and gropes seen her on stage during concert, reports say. I love this story. Okay, listen to it again. Fan kisses and gropes seen her on stage during concert, reports say. Okay, first of all, it's on a video. It's not a report. But the thing I love about this is that these headlines, all the headlines for the story make it sound like the woman got raped. Fan kisses and gropes seen her on stage. She got groped. Oh, Bill Cosby got her. It just sounds, every time I read it, I'm like, oh my God, Katy Perry got her tits grabbed. This is awful news. Who wouldn't grab them? But gropes, if you watch the video, it is just goofy, silly, and fun. Katy Perry is just goofing around with a fan and making her goofy little faces and her funny, goofy little comments. It's all a big joke. It's all in fun and games. There's nothing bad going on. She is totally on board with the situation. It's just a giggle fest. But, oh, Katy Perry got groped on stage, reports say. Bar Raffaelli. Model shares image from her wedding with husband Adi Ezra. So now her name is Bar Ezra? Bar Ezra? 2 people with these many vowels in their name should not be married. Can I just say, I pretty much hate all models. I don't need to explain that. Do I? I never get it. All these Victoria's Secrets models that are just worldwide famous. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. No, they're not. They're skeletons with horrible faces. None of them are ever pretty. They're disgusting looking. I don't like this Giselle Bundchen. What is that? Why is Tom Brady saddled with this Gollum looking whore? She's just horrible to look at. There's nothing the least bit attractive on that thing. Tom Brady deserves much better. Tom Brady is up there with like Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King. It's Tom Brady. He doesn't deserve that. News break. Ian Somerhalder, actor, appears naked in trailer for upcoming season of The Vampire Diaries. Right. Sure he does. Bet he's butt naked. Don't need to watch this and know it's a bunch of bull sugar. It's a show on the CW. I'm pretty sure he's not naked. Mark Wahlberg, actor, asks Pope Francis forgiveness for his movie roles. Nobody who was in Boogie Nights and Rockstar needs to ask for forgiveness. Lena Dunham, big fat ugly pig woman, leaves Twitter. She says she now allows someone else to post for her. Now if we can only get her to leave life. Kate Winslet says she keeps her Oscar award in the bathroom. She uses it to scoop the poop out of her butthole when she's constipated. I don't know. Let's go to sports, everybody. Time for sports. Sports break. Mark Richt, the University of Georgia's head coach, supports injured player of opposing team. What a jerk. Orlando, Florida. Bar offering free beer until the University of Central Florida wins a football game. Wow. Some interesting stuff. Can I just say there's nothing in this world I understand less than the appeal of college sports. And I don't understand the fans of college sports because most of them obviously could never go to a college. Why would I waste my time watching amateurs play a sport when I could just wait one day and then watch professionals play that sport? Why do I care if a college wins a football game? I didn't go to a college. I went to high school, and I didn't care if my high school team won. Who cares? J.J. Watt, ESPN's investigative news magazine show E60 to feature Houston Texans defensive end. That's not a news story. That's an advertisement. Ronaldo, the film. New trailer released for documentary about Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, good for you. Michael Humanawanui. New England Patriots trade the tight end to New Orleans Saints, reports say. Oh, he must have got raped too, reports say. This is so boring. Charlotte Motor Speedway. Breast cancer survivors paint the venue's pit wall pink for Awareness Month. I have several problems with this one. First, these poor ladies had breast cancer, and now this speedway is making them paint the pit? They couldn't hire somebody else to do that? They had to hire some. Let's go find some cancer tits to paint this wall for us. What the hell? Secondly, I am so sick and tired of this pink crap in sports. Nobody in the world needs to have their awareness raised for cancer. It kills pretty much all of us. We all know cancer exists. Nobody is sitting in their lounge chair watching the television race around the track NASCAR event, and then they see a pink wall and they say, "What's that for?" And then they say, "Breast cancer." And then he says, "What's that?" Nobody is watching football and sees their favorite team wear a pink jersey and runs to the computer to Google breast cancer. Doesn't happen. Nobody. We all know what it is. And you know what it is? It's a publicity stunt for corporations to make themselves look like they care. That's all it is. When you see a pack of batteries have a pink ribbon on it, do you honestly think that is helping anybody if you buy that? It's not. They're getting maybe 3 cents. The head of the American Cancer Association said it herself. If you see that, don't buy that. Just send the money to us. I said that well. It does no good. It's not doing anybody any good. It's just about as bad as that stupid ice bucket challenge. Dumping a bucket of ice on your head is not helping anyone. And buying some pink batteries isn't helping anyone either. It's a load of garbage. If you want to help somebody, send them a check. Next story. CR7. Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo, again, scores 500th career goal in match against Malmo. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the hell does any of that mean? And I agree. But I can't explain it to you. There's this sport, so-called sport, called soccer. It's only played in third world countries by people with unclipped peckers. And every few years, they play one big game that 20 Americans pretend to care about. And so the news goes crazy saying, "Oh, America's finally embracing soccer." And then 2 days later, everybody's forgotten that ever happened. And apparently this guy scored his 500th goal. Good for him. Serena Williams, coach says tennis player may not play again this season after a disappointing U.S. Open. Serena Williams got a big fat ass. I don't know. Robert Lewandowski, Bayern Munich forward, scores hat trick in match against Dynamo Zagreb. Click, 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 click. Real Madrid club defeats Malmo 2-0 in Champions League group stage match at Swedbank Station. Nope, Stadion. Swedbank Stadion. I assume it's supposed to be stadium, but it's Stadion. Sports on Facebook sucks. Let's move on to science and technology. El Capitan. New version of the Apple OS X available starting September 30th. You've got to be joking me. As everybody knows, Apple is a terrible company who makes terrible products. They are ungodly awful. And maybe the worst thing about that company is the names they give to things, particularly their OSs. Are you joking me? They're calling the new OS El Capitan? You know, people can sit around and say all they want about Microsoft, but they don't use stupid names. Okay, Vista, I don't know why that name was there, but it was a one-time thing. Everything else is Windows 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 40, whatever it is. They got it. They came up with a good, simple name, Windows, and they used it forever. I mean, are there really nerds sitting around? Oh, are you going to download El Capitan? Solomon Islands. Scientists discover biofluorescent sea turtle in South Pacific waters. Reports say. What is with the reports say crap? Either they found a friggin' glow-in-the-dark turtle or they didn't. I'd like to see it. Antimicrobial resistance. Resistant bacteria spreading due to antibiotic overuse. Reports say. Whatevs, make some new antibiotics. Psst. PF Chains Pink. Restaurant chain launches campaign for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, why is PF Chains turning pink in science and technology? Does this mean they're dyeing all the food pink? And you know, October used to be my favorite month. It cools off. Screw you horrible summer months. Go take a walk off a pier thing. B, the leaves change. That's always nice. Nice pretty leaves. C, it's my birthday month. D, it's Halloween. And there's horror movies on television all month. It was the greatest month of the year for my entire life. And then a few years ago, some marketing asshole decided to make October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And now I can't watch anything or go anywhere without seeing these horrible pink colors on everything. Take your pink ass stuff and shove it up your ass. Ozzy the bald eagle. Bird in captivity in Southwest Florida dies. Wildlife Center says. Well, that's just sad. Should have had a Eagle Health Awareness Month. Joaquin. Tropical storm upgraded to Category 1 hurricane as it approaches the Bahamas. Hurricanes are almost universally disappointing. Every time there's a hurricane going to hit somewhere, particularly New Orleans, it's like, oh my God, here we go. Good television coming up. Good television. Oh God, people are going to get drowned. It's going to be great. Good TV watching coming up. And then it never happens. It always weakens and pusses out before it can ever do anything. Katrina was like the only good hurricane we've ever had. And then every time one's going to hit New Orleans, they're like, oh no, is there going to be another Katrina? And it never is. Every hurricane is like Caddyshack 2 after Katrina. I still have a whole tape full of news coverage that Katrina saved. And it is some hilarious stuff. All these people running around stealing shoes. I got this. My favorite part was these 3 kids going to a shoe store carrying a bunch of Nike sneakers. And the news reporter is going, why are you taking them shoes? And the guy goes, well, the cops stopped me and took my shoes. So I went in the store and got me some new shoes. The way he said that is just perfect. Makes me laugh my ass off. They took my shoes, so I got some new shoes. Oh, I should just play it instead of imitating it because it sounds really awful when I say it out loud, doesn't it? This is taking forever, Flack. Morris Park, Bronx. 1 dead after contracting Legionnaire's disease, officials say. Have no idea what a Legionnaire's disease is. Sounds like something Assassin's Creed or something. I don't know. That's something. Al Gore, former vice president, speaking at 3-day event on climate change in Miami. Well, this is weird. Why does he only care about climate change in Miami? Here we go, folks. Last category. This is really dragging out. 34 minutes we've gone. Okay. Going to politics. This should be good. Blech. Cooling off. Hot up in here. Jim Jordan, lawmaker, interrupts Planned Parenthood president 19 times at hearing, reports say. Okay, the reports say thing is getting on my nerves now. Because I'm sure if it's a hearing, it was broadcast on C-SPAN. I'm sure it's widely available all over the place. On the news. News can watch it. If he interrupted her 19 times, we would know exactly that he interrupted her 19 times. Why do we need to say, reports say? I want this guy shut up. Judson McMillan, Indiana state lawmaker, resigns after explicit video sent from phone. You know what? I'm clicking this story. There's nothing more fun than an explicit video ruining somebody's political career. Let me find the story. Oh, of course Gawker has it. Gawker loves nothing more than to ruin people's careers. They're the best at it. Indiana GOP leader resigns, blames Canadian thieves for sex video texted from his phone. This sounds awesome. Listen again. Blames Canadian thieves for sex video. And as we all know, Canadian is code word for black people. State Representative Judd McMillan, the number 3 Republican in the Indiana House, resigned Tuesday after reports that a sex video had been texted from his phone to an unknown number of his contacts. McMillan naturally blamed a Canadian thief for the incident and sent a text to his contacts shortly after the apparent sext, saying as much. My phone was stolen in Canada and out of my control for 24 hours. I have just been able to reactivate it under my control. Please disregard any messages you received recently. I am truly sorry for anything offensive you may have received. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, he was the anti-gay guy. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Now I want to focus on my attention. Hello, this story sucks. What was the video? Now the story. Sexually explicit video was sent from a text. Blah, 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 blah. It's unclear which the text or whether it was distributed. I want to focus on the text message. Caucus. Drug test. Welfare. Gay people. Blah, 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 blah. Exit. Sex related scandal. Blah, 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 blah. Apologize. Blah, 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 blah. Apologize. Blah, 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 blah. Judd McMillan. Well, I don't know. That was a big bust. Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, or as we call it in the South, ALEA, organization to close 5 parks and reduce service at some state offices. Oh no! Colin Powell, former Secretary of State, says he's still a Republican. Oh, thanks for letting us know. I was wondering. I've been unable to sleep for the past week. I was like, my God, is Colin Powell still a Republican? Maryland. New laws approved in latest legislative session to take effect Thursday. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Syrian Civil War. Whose side are you on? Captain America or Iron Man? Comics joke. Joke for you comics fans. Syrian Civil War. Russian airstrikes targeted Syrian opposition, not Islamic State group, U.S. officials say. Don't know what this means. Jason Shavitz, Congressman, Republican of Utah, questions Planned Parenthood president about salary. But how many times did he interrupt her? Alabama National Guard, if you're counting, that's the second Alabama story. 6 additional armories to be closed and consolidated by 2017, officials say. That's sad. Back in my day, my band played in several Alabama armories. Government funding bill. Congress approves funding bill to avoid the government shutdown. Oh, fudge. There's nothing I love more than a good government shutdown. Nancy Pelosi. Ugh. House Minority Leader says group behind Planned Parenthood videos should be probed. Anally. News segment over. News. Lethargic news. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. This week's sponsor for the podcast is Planned Parenthood. Go to your local Planned Parenthood website and look for the little picture of a dead baby holding a microphone, and you click on it. And then you input the code Lethargic, and you get 10% off all the baby parts you could want. The lips, the earlobes, the eyelids, the web in between the toes, whatever you want, 10% off. This podcast is dragging out again. Good thing I went ahead and put these things in order. Gonna take a drink of water now to quench my thirst, and my throat is hurting from talking so much. Got a big piece of hash in my mouth. Okay. We're going to start off here with some lyrics. Since we're running along, I'm only going to do two, making an executive decision here, doing two lyrics. Was going to do three. You know what? I'm going to do one. Gonna do one because it's really long and really dumb, probably. Just looking at it here, seeing it's got a lot of words. This song is called Seconds. This song is entitled Seconds. Reports say this song is entitled Seconds. Sing me a song of spiritual emptiness. Explore the thoughts of my unconscious mind. All my dreams laid out on a table for everyone to sneak a peek at my mind. Exiled to the end of painful truth. That's one place that you will not follow. Don't you know that you're insecure? Don't you know that you're too stupid to be insecure? A stream of unconscious thoughts flowing accidentally from my mouth. To the lighthouse we travel. On a beam of light we tremble. Explore yourself with a evil probe. Abducted by things you never will understand. Why has your mind ceased to respond? Respond to my verbal threats. Idiotic tales of being cool don't mean nothing to an American fool. Can't you see the emotional vacuum that we all are sucked through? No more thoughts for beautiful flowers. They were sucked out with the dirt. No more staying on task if you can't think for yourself. My thoughts have been broken, like light flowing through a prism. You think you can run. You think you can hide. But your mind will never let you be, because crimes I committed. Just want to let that sink in. This one's just got to sit here for a while. I don't know. I don't know. It's just pretty awful. It's just beyond awful. How could that be a song? That's a terrible song. Oh, Lord, that was awful. Could be the worst one. Idiotic tales of being cool don't mean nothing to an American fool. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I have no idea what a single sentence of that song meant. I am disgusted. I'm sorry I ever did that. I'm sorry I read it. You know what? Let's go to a story. I guess this is an essay for school again. I got a 39 out of a possible 40 on it. Teacher marked all kinds of things on it. She said, that's a point. Then she said, also a good point. Excellent details. Interesting closing, and your writings are always a treat to read. The internet begs to differ. I don't know what this is about. I don't remember this at all. It's from... Oh, I'm yawning. It's from April 27th, 1993. Senior year. It's entitled Analyzation of Kubla Khan. I have no idea what Kubla Khan is, but it's going to tell us because I wrote it and I write good stuff. This could be another bust, like this could be another bust because it's not a story. I don't think it's an essay on a poem. And after reading all my lyrics, you know I am a poet master. Analyzation of Kubla Khan here. Okay. Kubla Khan is a poem composed by a so-called remarkable poet and thinker, in quotations, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who was under the influence of a drug called laudanum. You can tell Coolidge was on drugs just by reading this poem. The poem makes no sense at all, and the poem is not even finished. That's what she marked. That's a point. So I think I hated this poem, and I think the teacher did too. I'm starting to think I could have got some off this teacher. In the first part of the poem, Coleridge makes comments about a pleasure dome, Alf, A-L-P-H, not the alien, the sacred river, caverns, a sunless sea, and other things that sound like the rambling owns of a psychotic. Sometimes I think these poets. Sometimes I think these poets just write something because it rhymes with the last word they wrote. Once again, the teacher wrote, good point. Why did she make us read this poem if she hated it? And the fact that I am attacking great poets is not lost on me. My lyrics don't even rhyme, so I can't even claim to do that right. I'm attacking a poet after I just read, sing me a song of spiritual emptiness, explore the thoughts of my unconscious mind. All my dreams laid out on a table for everyone to sneak a peek at to my mind. Can't you see the emotional vacuum that we are all sucked through? And I'm attacking a poet. All right. In the second part, Coolidge makes some more income. I can't even read, and I'm attacking a poet. Coolidge makes some more income. Why can't I read this word? It's incomprehensible to me. Why I cannot read incomprehensible? Coolidge makes some more incomprehensible. Why can't I read?